Dave, got to start with the question everyone's asking right now, really, which is how is Louie Barry?
Louie's fine with himself. He's not fine in terms of I suppose, a football perspective. So we looked a bad one on Tuesday. He's been scanned. Unfortunately, he's going to require surgery. And that puts him out for an extended period. You're probably going to be... it's always difficult with time frames. Everyone deals differently and deals at different stages quicker than others, but you're probably going to be 4 months, I'd say, as a minimum. Which is, like I say, gutting for him. But when you get over, like I say, that disappointment, there's worse things happen. And he's in today, and he's seen all the lads. That was important. He'll head back to Aston Villa. He'll have an operation done. He'll do the first part of his rehab with them, and then we'll see where we're at as sort of time moves on. But hopefully not the last that we see of him. But that's a discussion that needs to be had between the clubs and obviously with Louie in terms of how that looks moving forward.
Positives, I suppose, that when you look at the game on Tuesday night, you were able to win it in the second half when Louie wasn't on the pitch, and it probably helps that you're able to turn to players like Watts and like Paddy on the bench as well.
Yeah, as I've said previously, the strength of our squad will hopefully be a contributing factor to us being successful this season, and we've gone through the adversity of having lots of players out. Louie's another now long term when added to the likes of Stretz and Ryan Rydell. But the positive is we do have players coming back. Yes, they're a different profile to what Louie is, but if we can get everybody fit, then we're, I suppose, even if you look at it in a positive way, we're a couple of months away from a transfer window opening and see where we are. But be very clear, when we've got everybody fit within our squad, I don't think we are desperate to add to it. We have real good options, and what's being back is timely. So at the moment, there's obviously those three with Paddy and Tanto, and Pauli not too far away. So we have quality, and hopefully enough quality that's different, but can make up for the loss that Louie is with the goals and the goal involvement he's brought for us at the start of the season.
It feels like you were always expecting Watts to almost come in and hit the ground running with the work he's done off the pitch. How impressed have you been with his attitude and the condition that he's got himself into?
Yeah, he's in great shape, and the one thing I would say to all of the young players we have here, and include Louie in that, and Louie's not really seen where Watts was at in terms of the back end of last season. He's just seen him from the start of this season, but to put in the work that he has put in, to come back in the shape that he has, to allow him to hit the ground running. For any young player, he's a model example. So they have to use that, and really pleasing that he got his rewards the other night in terms of a goal and an assist, and back into it. You know how important he was, and we know how important he was for us last season. And be clear, he was one of a couple that were a huge miss for us at the end. So he comes back in now. Like I say, we lose one and get one back, which is unfortunate, but that's I suppose the run we've been having since the start of the season, really. Hopefully we can get over that. And like I say, what we have with attacking options are dented a little bit by Louie's loss, but we have plenty of other options there that are proven quality at this level and above.
And at the other end of the pitch, spoke about the clean sheet on Tuesday night. You've gone away to the top scorers in the EFL. Ben's not had to make a save. The man that maybe goes under the radar every week, probably because we're just used to it by now, is Fraser Horsefall. How important has he been to this run that you've been on lately?
Yeah, they're all important. I thought Fraser, second half especially, probably again, a lot of people, I'm not sure he goes under the radar. I think, like I say, people recognise the importance of Fraser, but I think his second half performance was probably the best he's been. Just in terms of that aerial dominance against, be clear, Courtney Baker-Richardson has been a real handful at the start of this season. Even crew management was the first thing they were pointing out, and he absolutely nullified that threat alongside Ethan and Aki. And I think as a three, that's the best game that they've played. There were a few hairy moments in the first half because we we put it on them to be risky and be man for man at the back and let us try and press up the pitch and be high and force them to not have control of the ball but play forward. Second half though, real dominant performance and like I say, limited a good team to few opportunities even in terms of situations that they had. So massive credit to them.
On to Saturday, you have the chance to set a new club record, both consecutive wins and consecutive league wins. I was going to say those chances don't come around very often, but they seem to for you at this club at the minute, don't they?
Not in League Two, certainly. A different challenge. So you look back, and I suppose I look at a situation where certainly when we were in the National League and in some of those runs that we had where we won 20 out of 21, there were some FA Trophy games in there that were against sort of lower opposition. And to be fair, with the squad we had in the National League, I would expect us to like I say, to be strong favourites in most of those games. Still, winning football matches and producing consistent performances is difficult regardless of what the level is. To be able to come and do it in, like I say, in League Two on the back of sticky start or not the start that we all have wanted is a fantastic effort from the players, mentally more than anything else, because you do get into a mindset of feeling that invincibility, but you have to quickly get away from expectation in terms of expecting it to happen without going and sticking to the principles that have got us where we've got to. So along this run, there will be occasions where we've not played well. But we just need to stick to doing the basics well. And if we do the basics well and we run round and we compete for every ball and we try and get the one over on the opponent opposite us directly, then with the quality we have, we give ourselves a good chance of getting opportunities and winning games. And that's happened at times, no more so than, like say, Tuesday in terms of what that looked like. I think it showed the real characteristics required to be successful. And we want to keep that run going for as long as possible. I'm sure Saturday will be exactly the same, because from the outside looking in, listen, everyone's going to say that Tranmere haven't won a game away from home this season, and we've won 9 league games on the spin. So the outcome's inevitable. That's far from the case. We've got to make the outcome what we want it to be, and we'll do that by being better than we were on Tuesday. And if we're better than we were on Tuesday, then we'll be a test for anybody.
As you say, coming up against the Tranmere side, struggling at the minute outside the bottom 2 on goal difference. It's a club very close to your heart, of course. From your playing days, it must be difficult to see them in that situation. Yeah,
it is. I suppose myself and Clint started our careers there, playing careers there. So and a club that we still live local to there in the area. So we've still got people there that we know, people there that we speak to. Probably a long time since we've left the club, if you like, but has been on the ultimate roller coaster, if you like, in terms of dropping down into the non-league, back-to-back promotions to get back to League One, back into League Two, and now a little bit of a struggle this season. But I'm sure they'll get out of the predicament that they're in. They've got good people there. They just need to, like I say, get things going. And I think we showed that at the start of the season, this division can give you anything in terms of results. And on a given day, anybody can beat anybody. But once you do get a run going, then confidence builds. From our perspective, we've got to make sure that confidence builds for us and doesn't build for them on Saturday. But as you say, in terms of the club, real brilliant memories from when I was a player there. And they'll always remain. I'll always, if we're in the same division as them, I'll always look out as to when we're playing against them, and we'll always look for their results.
A couple of familiar faces in the squad for county fans as well. One of them, Conor Jennings, of course. Great to see him back at Prenton Park and doing well by all accounts.
Yeah, absolutely. I went to the game on Friday against Doncaster, and obviously with JJ here, we keep a close eye on how Conor's doing. He's been, and I suppose as most Tranmere fans will say, really, they expected him to go there and be a squad player, someone that they had fond memories of, that did really well for him in the promotion season previously. But he's gone there and played in a different role and been the bright spark, if you like, or the bright spot for them in what's been a disappointing start for them. So we know what Conor's going to give him, and what quality that he has. It'll always remain one of my memories of being here. Will be being able to honour his return from his illness at Kings Lynn at Edgeley, and him scoring in front of in the Cheadle end, there's always something that we very, very special. Thankfully, he's gone on, got himself like I say, a deal elsewhere, and is doing really, really well.
Appreciate your time, Dave. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.